Hi friends, this is Tina. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to be setting up my May theme in my bullet journal, and it's going to be all about greenery and gardens. I hope you like it. I'm sad that I have to say this already, but I ended up losing a lot of footage here in the beginning when I was making my cover page because for some reason while filming my phone was slipping off my tripod. I'm so sorry about that. I still tried to include as much footage as I could, and luckily all my other footage from the other spreads is still safe and included in this video. If you are interested in seeing more of my painting process of this cover page though, I'm going to be uploading a reel on my Instagram later, so make sure to follow me there to see it. In this theme, I was using Royal Talens and Winsor and Newton gouache paints, Pigma Micron fineliners, just some random paintbrushes and some craft paper. I have listed all of my used products in the description along with all my discount codes and affiliate links. If you want to paint any of these scenes yourself, I just want to say you don't need a huge collection of different shades of gouache to make this. I actually own just a primary color set and a couple of individual colors, such as the olive green I used here. I really love this shade of green though. I mixed it together with white, mixed it together with black, and mixed it together with yellow to have more variety. I actually had never tried this style of painting before, and first I was quite terrified, but everything ended up working really well. I tried to work on the farthest elements first and then moving to those on top. As you could see in the beginning, I was painting the dark background of the arch, and well, then against my own rules, I started painting the foliage on top instead of painting the wall. But if I was to do this again, I would paint the wall after the background. I know looking at the finished product might seem like the plants are hard to recreate, but they're actually not. I would suggest starting with a blob of green paint and then just starting to add different shades of green dots on top to make the messy overgrown look. I also used different shades of green for the blobs just to create more dimension and make some stand out more. This theme included a lot of stippling to the extent that my wrists seriously hurt after I got everything done. I decided to create this smaller one-page calendar since I just don't have anything to write on them, and I think many of us feel the same. I used green in different shades to paint the dots for my daily numbers. Here I'm working on my tracker spread. I was really struggling to find a fun new layout for my mood tracker after using pretty much the same layout for months now, but the one that I ended up going with I have never used before. I'm really excited to start using this, even though I usually like to avoid mood trackers that I need to color in. They just sometimes feel harder to fill in. I would love to know what kind of mood trackers you prefer in your bullet journals. For my tracker page, I'm painting this huge building eaten by plants. I used pretty much the same exact style for painting here as I did in my cover page. I think the most important thing about gouache paintings like this is the contrast between lighter and darker areas. The contrast just kind of makes the painting look more alive. Here I just try to add lighter dots to the upper parts of my plants and bushes and darker to the bottom to make it look at least a little more realistic. At first, I was trying to make this craft paper habit tracker work, but I actually just ended up ripping the papers out and instead just drew these long boxes that I'm going to be drawing black whenever I complete a task. I've used this layout once before and I got the idea from Hannah from Hannah Maria Plans, and I'm going to link her Instagram and YouTube channel down in the description. In this next spread, I will paint a cute little pathway filled with flowers with an entrance to a garden. This is definitely one of my favorite paintings I did this month. If you feel like you want to recreate any of these paintings, just remember to have a lot of patience. Honestly, I really disliked all of these paintings at first, and I was sure it was never going to turn out good until it just suddenly did. So please don't throw your painting away, instead just continue painting. In this style, more is definitely more. Again, I'm pointing out the importance of shadows and highlights, and you can clearly see how the parts of the bushes that are closer to the arch in the middle are way lighter and those that are further are darker. These details really make a difference. I decided to cut out the painting process of the left side of the spread because I was just repeating what I already did on the right side. Please tell me in the comments if you would still prefer to see all of my painting process, or are you okay with me cutting out some parts? Other than the painting, this spread is very simple. In the left side, I'm going to log all my spendings for the month, and on the right side, I have a lists page where I'm going to be writing whatever comes to my mind. Sometimes this page stays completely empty, but some months it's filled with writings. Now we are moving on to my Instagram tracker spread. I normally post pictures to Instagram about 3 times a week, so I really like to be organized and plan my posts in advance and also track my likes and uploaded posts. I use a small calendar as a planner because I love to also see the days of the week and not just the numbers. Every time I'm fixing any mistakes here, I'm using my handy white Gelly Roll pen, and I'm also recommending that to all of you who changes their mind on layouts and makes as many mistakes as I do. In this picture, there's a big window in the middle and a gray wooden wall in the background. I was terrified to start painting the wall. I'm not very good or experienced with painting buildings, and you can see me struggling with it at the beginning. I just painted a lot of random darker lines and dots without understanding what I'm doing, but I also made the edges of the darker boards even darker, and I was able to create some much needed dimension to this picture. Most of the wall is going to be covered by greenery anyway, so it definitely doesn't have to be perfect at all. Onto my first weekly spread of the month. I chose this beautiful scenery with a pond and a bridge to be my painting for this spread. I have paintings on the sides and I'm going to have all my dailies in the middle. Overall, this spread was a little darker than the paintings I had done before, but I also just really like the magical feel of it. I'm going to be uploading a video probably later next week where I'm going to be making all of my remaining April weekly spreads. So if you liked what I'm doing here, consider subscribing and turning on to notifications. Also, if you just want to see more bullet journal content and pictures of my theme, follow me on Instagram, it's linked down below. Finally, onto the last painting of the month. This is my last page in my May setup and it's going to include all the songs I loved this month. This painting is another pathway with arches. I feel like maybe at this point I was already kind of tired of the stippling, so I made this a lot quicker and well sloppier as well because I completely forgot to add flowers. I ended up doing it after filming this, but unfortunately you won't see it here. Now we are reaching the end of this video, but I'm just going to do a quick flip through so you can see the full setup I did for the next month. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye!